Hi Taurus, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for February into March 2020. We're going to look at three distinct areas. The Sun part of your reading is your Divine Masculine, which refers to your actions and experiences this month. The moon part of your reading is your divine feminine, and that's everything that's going on beneath the surface, your emotions, your intuition, anything that may be hidden from your conscious mind or hidden from you. And then finally, the stars. In the stars section of the reading, we look ahead, what's coming towards you at the end of the month of February and at the beginning of March. I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera, and then we'll get started on your reading. And don't forget to check out your moon sign and rising sign, because these readings are really detailed and really do help to give a lot of information. Okay, so let's get started. That card wants to be on the base of the reading, and it's Death card, and it's interesting because I was like, I could hear a lot of talking when I was dealing then, and that is indicative of a lot of change. Don't ask me why, because I'll be here all day explaining it to you, but it indicates a huge amount of change, and that's what's coming towards you this month. And then obviously the card at the base of the reading is the card of change or transformation, which is the Death card. Card at the base of the reading is the perspective that you need to see this through. Death is not, this type of change is fundamental. It's transformative. You will feel different. You will be thinking differently. You a part in some area, a part of something is changing massively, and this really feels to me like your arm is about to fall off. So it's really a part of your identity that is changing, as opposed to, an end of a relationship, for example, or an end of a job. It's a part, it's not necessarily that. It's about your identity. It's about how you see yourself as well. That is fundamentally changing, and it could be because of, well, it is because of emotionally, the challenges that you've been facing emotionally. Finally, that's leading to a form of transformation. I don't know what's been going on in your life. I've no idea, but let's have a look. You can apply that. Let's have a look what's coming in the month of March. In the month of, this is March, these are February. So let's have a look at February first of all. We've got the Two of Wands, the Chariot, the Empress, and the High Priestess. Oh my word. So we've got a lot of major arcana, and we've got a lot of energy here. The Death card is linked to Scorpio's energy. Remember that Scorpio's a water sign, and that is linked to our, and water represents our emotion and our intuition, obviously. Our emotional world, our memories, our morals, all those things, our ideals, our ideas, our perspectives. So it's one of those things that is changing for you. but it's a long time in the making for you. There's a huge amount. I keep coming back to this card at the moment because there's a huge amount of humility that's being shown. And I feel like you understand something now that you did not you just did not, or you will understand something by the end of this time period that you just did not understand before, you didn't realize before, you didn't recognize before. We start with in February with a huge amount of energy with this these are your actions and experiences. So we've got you taking an opportunity, going toward an opportunity. There's something new that may be coming your way, but that you have created, that you have tried to establish, that you have been establishing. This is an opportunity that you've created. So it could be to do with work, it could be to do with anything in your life. You will know what it is. Something that you've been working on that you're passionate about. This is wand energy. So wand energy is all about our key, our chi, our life force, our the thing, that feeling of excitement, that feeling of anticipation, that feeling of trepidation sometimes as well. Our passion, our creativity. That's what this wand energy represents. Number twos are about our commitments and partnerships. They're about what we feel. They're about what we desire. So this is about making a commitment, or being able to make a commitment to something that you love, to something that you are passionate about, to something that help makes you feel excited and motivated. This is about you deciding to commit, or wanting to commit, or having the opportunity to commit to something in a new way that makes you feel motivated and happy and passionate and full of vim and vigor. Okay, that's what that represents. So then we move on to the Chariot energy. So what is it you're committing to? Well, the thing that you're committing to, and we see a repetition of the yin and the yang here. This is a repetition of so some of the ideas are mirrored within each of these cards. The yin and the yang, the two, the balance. We have the Chariot energy. So these two energies here really represent our divine masculine and our divine feminine. So our actions and experiences, what's going on the outside, being in balance with what's also going on in our emotional world, what we're feeling inside. And that is how we drive the Chariot forward, by having those two things in balance. Maybe that's what is transforming for you, that sometimes there's not been a balance in your emotions, i.e. you've either listened to them too much or completely ignored them. You've based everything on logic and listened to no emotion, not listened to how you felt about something, for example. This could be the thing that is transforming for you. This could be the thing, because it's fundamental. Whatever it is for you, it's fundamental. And it's actually what's helping to move you forward. And not only to move you forward, propel you toward success, to propel you toward new. This is the question of, because it's number 7. So number 7s are about mystery. What do I need? What do I want? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be with? What job do I want to do? Whatever. I don't know. Whatever the questions you are, that's what the number 7 asks. It's about power. It's about breaking down the what we're used to, transforming from, breaking down what we're used to, number 7, and re-establishing or establishing finding a new way forward, number 7. That's what it is about, finding a new way forward. One that, as I said, takes into account both your logic and your reason and your ego and your earthly needs, but also your emotional self. How do I feel about this? How does it make me feel? That's the thing that propels you forward and carries you on through this door. Now, the transformation could be that you're listening. That's what you're listening for. You're listening to yourself now. You're listening to both sides of yourself. I feel like emotion's been too involved. Maybe that means you know what that means. So either it's been, as I said, it's been all about emotion, or nothing about emotion. You're transforming from that in the month of February. So you're getting, and you will feel different, and you will be behaving differently, and you will be acting differently. We've got a lot of feminine energy up here. Sometimes feminine energy can indicate, don't ask me how I know this. This is stuff I'll talk about on my Instagram and on my Facebook, Kiwis and Sorrow, because it's a lot of involved work, effort, and energy. But trust me, sometimes feminine energy can indicate illness. Don't ask me why, but it does. So what it means is that potentially there could be not illness, like you might have the flu, or you might have, you might have to take some time off work, or you might be unable to do. Now, people might feel frustrated. You might feel frustrated by that you're not able to do something, but this is the energy of, this is what's on top of the not being able to do something. The Empress, this is about appreciation, this card. It's about you being able to appreciate how far you have come. So an opportunity might arise this in the month of February for you to take some time out to assess and to realise the journey that you've been on, the lessons that you've learned, and your worthiness. You need to learn to have compassion for yourself, and sometimes it takes time out. It could be a bereavement, I suppose. I mean, death doesn't really specify death as in physical death. There's other cards that I'd be more worried about. Let's put it that way. If in the tarot, but yeah, with the Empress here, this number 3, this is really, it's giving you an opportunity for self-appreciation. What you can do, knowing yourself, your power, your confidence, your self-esteem and manifestation. That's what this card represents here. That's what this energy of the Empress represents. It's divine feminine. So this means that you're going to be maybe you're not going to be doing as much. You're not going to be doing as much as you usually do, because you're changing. You're not just changing, you're transforming. It used to be all about work. Now this year you're starting to apply some balance into your life, and you're starting to think more about, well, I'll work still, but I'll just come home at 5 o'clock so that I can have time at home with the children, for example, or with my family, or with my partner, or whatever, or playing sport, or whatever it is you do. It's about gaining balance, because you realize this card shows compassion, as in self-compassion. It shows this is what it gives you. So you're taking time to nurture yourself in the month of February, and to look after yourself in the month of February. And that is something that you have neglected in some ways. That's something that we all do it, but that's something that you have neglected. But now it's a point where you have to. The only way that you can move forward is to actually try to achieve some balance into your life. And to take into account how you feel and what you want. Okay, give you that confidence. We got another number 2 here. Again, number 2 is about commitment, but number 2 is linked to it's the tarot reader's card. It's my card. It's your link to your inner world, to your intuition, to your emotions. And this is you again, because they're here in the active section. It again indicates understanding, taking time out to listen to my intuition, listening to my intuition, trusting my intuition. So in the active sense, if we're talking about intuition in the active sense, that might mean, for example, meditation, or talking to people, or trying to work things out for yourself. There might be dreams. Tiny's here, so we know it's true when Tiny comes. Hello, Tiny dog, come and say hello to Taurus. He's here. Say hello. Here he is. Hello, Taurus. Good boy. Right, you lie down on your mummy then, yeah? There we go. So, good boy. The High Priestess is linked to the second chakra, the sacral chakra, which is all about what we feel, what we want, our creativity, our sexuality, similar to the wand energy. But we make a commitment with number 2. We make a commitment to, in this instance, to listen to how we feel, to listen to what's going on beneath the surface, to listen to what our intuition is trying to tell us. Because you've got to have compassion enough for yourself to listen to how it is to what it is you're feeling. So that might mean actively taking time out, time away from work, time away from a relationship, time away from a friendship, whatever it is for you as an individual, to really engage with what's going on beneath the surface. This is something that you have not done before. This could be, for example, going to see a doctor, or asking for help, or speaking to your mum, or whatever, I don't know. But this is whatever's going on for you in February, it's for your benefit, and it's transformative. It means that you've had to change for some reason in a fundamental way, because the balance was not there, or because you weren't paying enough attention to either your emotions or to your logic and your reason. So this is time in February where you get to spend time listening to every part of you, to both sides of yourself, to the part of yourself that you've not been listening to up until this point anyway. So let's move on to what's beneath the surface. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, we've got the 4 of Swords, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Okay, so we've got some energy here where we're feeling a little bit of isolation and meditation. Okay, you're feeling like you want to take time out and to take time away, so do it. The 5 of Pentacles energy is about all where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest our security. 5s also indicate change. They also indicate that the breaking down of the old ways and the rebuilding into the new ways, again, transformation. So it's interesting how with this energy, this suggests a change in your circumstances, and that what that could mean is, again, we're talking about the same thing, what we've already said about in death, really. We're talking about, potentially taking time off work, or, usually you talk to everyone at work, you can never shut you up, but in February, you're a little bit quieter. This is what's giving you time to work things out. For some reason, I feel like, Taurus, I feel like emotional challenge. That's what I feel like. I feel like that you've been challenged emotionally, and you take that whichever way it falls for you. And I feel like February is a time for you to reflect on those emotional challenges, and for you to start to notice that these emotional challenges need to be adjusted, or you need time to think about them, or you need time to contemplate how they've affected you, or you need to speak to somebody else, open up to a friend or a family member or a doctor, whatever. Because we also have the 4 of Swords here. Sword energy is linked to our conscious mind. It's linked to our awareness, our thoughts. And number 4, like the Death is about foundations and structures. So with this energy, it's about the foundations and the structures in our life, or our awareness. Like, what makes our awareness? Like, what do we think? And it's about understanding that with the 4 of Swords. That's why we call it the meditation card. Some of you could be doing some meditation. I kind of got that sense in the first row here. You could be taking time out to meditate or to reflect. Meditate means to reflect, to consider, to think over. That's what the word actually means. It doesn't mean clear your mind and think of nothing. And I feel like you're going to be using meditation in that way. This in the month of February, you're going to be reflecting and considering and thinking over your emotional world, or the lack of attention you've given your emotional world. You're going to be giving it some attention, or vice versa, in the month of February, which is really good. In the inner world, what's going on beneath the surface, there is this want, as I said, for isolation. There's this need for meditation. There's this need to change some aspects of life, because you're starting to appreciate. We've got 2 divine feminines here back to back. You're starting to appreciate that what you have matters, and that what you want to do matters. In this instance, the Queen of Pentacles, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. Maybe you're recognizing and realizing in the month of February that in order to manifest security, I need to look within. I need to focus on, I need to give my emotions attention, or I need to give my mental state some attention. Your life is built on you. It's built on your back. So if you fall, everything falls. So don't worry about whether the job, or whether the bills, or whether the kids, or whether the this. If you don't worry about, can I stand up on my 2 feet, then everything else is going to fall down as anywhere. So you have to give, and it's kind of like that's what needs to be transformed from. And I think you've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, because death means that it's been going on for some time. It's not, you don't just arrive there today. This has been going on for some time for you. And this is about recognizing and appreciating that you have to have compassion for yourself, and that in order to have true stability and true security in your life, you have to look within. That's the message that you're getting this month of February. We then finally move on to the the last card, which is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is masculine, so it's active and it's confident and it's decisive, and he is wanting to do, wanting to engage, feeling pulled in a direction, and then feeling confident enough to go in that direction. And that's the direction that you need to go in. You're at the end. It's not like you're exhausted because you've been thinking too much about it and you've been worrying too much about it. It's the opposite. You're exhausted because you've been trying not to think about it. You've been trying not to feel about it. And now you're like, you feel, it's time for me to look at this. It's time for me to address this. It's time for me to focus on this. And that's exactly what you do. It's very healthy. It's very healthy, and it's very sobering. It's very healthy and very sobering. You just haven't been happy for some reason. You just haven't been. Well, the reason is because you've not been paying attention to both parts of yourself. You've only been paying attention to one side of yourself, either just your brain or just your emotions. You need to. But you know that you've been stopping yourself from feeling or stopping yourself from thinking, one or the other. And now it's time in February to do both, and to allow yourself to do both. And you do. It seems that you do that. It really seems that you spend that time doing that. And I think that's all. And really that's all you need, because that in itself, the awareness is what I brought. The awareness in itself is what helps you to evolve. The awareness that I've been ignoring my feelings is enough to help you to start to evolve and to change that, okay? And that's kind of seems to be the process that you're going through in the month of February. Now let's look at March, and there we go. Anyway, we've got the 10 of Cups, we've got the 5 of Cups, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Really positive to see this now. I mean, all the cards are positive. Or all the cards are negative, whichever way you look at it. No, all the cards are positive because they're all experiences that we have. I mean, they're just natural. They're just natural experiences. This is how we naturally feel. And it's beautiful to see that you are naturally evolving and you're naturally recognizing. You know, March comes and there's the 10 of Cups here, which is unbridled joy. That's what this card represents in a nutshell. And it's because this comes from inside of you. That's where it comes from. It comes from inside. It doesn't come from anywhere. It's not like the Pentacles. It's not like the 10 of Pentacles where I've got everything I need. I've got all the money. I've got the house. I've got the car. I've got the family. Whatever it is. I've got the job. I've got the recognition. Whatever it is you want and build in life. That's 10 of Pentacles. This is 10 of Cups is something else. 10 of Cups is emotions and feelings and everything that's you that isn't physical, that we can't see. So your ideals, your beliefs, your identity, your perspective on things, your understanding of something, your memories, your dreams, your wishes, that's all Cups energy. As well as your intuition and all that stuff, that's all Cups energy. And with the 10 of with 10 of those, that's like abundance. It's like knowing. It's like feeling. It's like being able to feel everything, being able to see everything, and that in itself is what is illuminating, and that's what brings growth, and that is in itself what is healing as well. What it also does with this energy is it tells us that you have, or you are changing. Again, we've got the change here, but 5 again indicates change, and the 5 of Cups is about something that you feel. So it's about changing how you feel, changing the way you feel about something, the way you feel about someone, and more than that, it's about letting someone or something go, a situation or circumstance that has hurt you in the past. It's about recognizing that you're still carrying around that baggage and releasing it. That's what this card represents. So we see that we have this. It's time that you face in February. It's time that you face up to. It's like you say to yourself almost, right, I need to face up to what it is I've been feeling, what it is I need to release. And so it's as if you do that in the month of February, and then you, by the first week of March, you're able to release that, and that's what brings about this joy. The release is the joy, the release is the growth, the release is the healing. We then get to more appreciation. Look at these 3 beautiful women here, these 3 beautiful divine feminine aspects of yourself. The aspects of, as I said, appreciation, of knowing, of compassion, of self-compassion, of love. This is what these cards represent, and it's of self, it's of self, it's of self-worth, it's of value in this instance for you. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is your energy as well, Taurus, earth sign, and again, number 9 is linked to Virgo, actually, another one of our earth sign. I'm a Capricorn, another earth sign, another one of our earth signs. And number 9 is about diligence, focus, understanding, again, recognition, again, actively seeking to find and actively seeking to know. And in this instance, where your worth and your value. This is you almost saying, you know what, I am all right, I am good, things are like, I have done this, I've done that, I've achieved this, I've got this friend, I've got this partner, whatever. These are the things that you've achieved in your life, and this is the things that you can be proud of. Pride is a very positive thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pride. You need to love yourself, and you need to appreciate yourself, and it looks like even if there are any challenges for you emotionally, or there have been challenges for you emotionally up until February, March, this is just beautiful to see that come the beginning of March, that is definitely over. I feel like hopefully you can see that. We finally, just to sort of push that point home of change and of transformation, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a lot of change going on for you, and especially when I don't need to explain this card. Wheel of Fortune, it's about change. You know that it means change, auspicious change. But what it is also about is about energy, about basic physics. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed into something else. So, water can become electricity, with the use of a dam and all that stuff, and the thing is, and generators and all that stuff. So the sun can become fuel and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So energy can never be destroyed. It can only change into something else. And this is you turning this wheel. What it means, look at it, it's on your back, in it. What it means is that the effort that it took you to understand, or that it's taken you to listen, or that it's taken you to reflect, the awareness that brings in February, is actually the thing that helps to change and transform yourself, your identity, and your circumstances or your situation. The focus on how do I feel, what am I feeling, why does it affect me that way, the focus of that, of listening to your emotions, that energy that you've expended there is actually what helps to get you over the line to actually transform. And that is, again, even before we'd seen any of the cards, the message was very clear. It's all about change for you this month. But it's really about that self-compassion. As I said, there's been an aspect of yourself that you've not been paying enough attention to, and it's time to pay that aspect of yourself attention, because you are worthy of love. You are capable of love, and you deserve love. And you deserve to be able to love yourself. You deserve to be able to love yourself freely, and to love others freely. And if that means that you've got to understand what anchors you to your past, or what anchors you to an old way of feeling about yourself or of thinking about yourself, then it's time to understand that, to break that back, to cut that chain, and to move forward into a more joyous, a more compassionate, and more happy time. So I hope, my darlings, that that is what you want to hear, because this is what is coming towards you. And I think that after the heaviness that you've been experiencing, potentially emotionally, some of you, that is what is going to be changing. So I'm happy for you. All right, my darlings, I hope you like that reading. If you want any further help with meditation, check out the Key Wisdom playlist. There's some conscious meditations in there which you might find helpful. Conscious meditation is basically speaking out loud, but it really is helpful, and I lead you through it on a couple of those. They might be helpful to you this month, in the month of February. So definitely check out the Key Wisdom playlist. You can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm going to be looking this year a lot more about we're going to go back in time. We're going to be looking at the origins of the tarot, and of where some of the energies have come from, and the interpretations of the energies have come from, I should say. So you can find that on Instagram and Facebook. I've not started it yet, but I'll be starting it soon, okay? So just head over there, follow, and I'll do some videos as well, of course. All right, my darlings, it is time for me to go. I hope you have a wonderful, balanced, healthy, grounded February. And I will see you all again at the end of the month with your brand new reading. Take care, my darling Taurus. Bye.